Dun-dun-dun.
We are back after week removed from having Josh Reedon, but now we have the Wanderer, AC Riley.
Hello.
Bobby, would you like to kick it off while me and BT share the stream to AC Riley?
Nope, fuck me in the ass. Nope.
Bobby,
Nope.
turn your volume down.
So, Mr. Riley, what have you been up to since the last time you've been on here? Any new championships?
New championships, no. New accomplishments, yes. How long has it been since I was on here last?
It's been at least a year.
Yeah, I want to
say
say year 20, the end of 22. I could be wrong.
It's been 84 years.
84 years. That feels pretty close. Maybe give or take a few months. So been doing a lot lately. Had my first broken bone in professional wrestling, so I was out beginning of the year. Happened around February in a ladder match where finished out the match, retained the title at Rugged Pro for the Heritage title, but then had to vacate it later due to the injury. Then I came back right from the broken leg into a street fight for control of DPW. Lost that. Got a pretty nice hematoma on my left elbow, and then turns out I now have carpal tunnel syndrome, something that I didn't put two and two together. Went to the doctor, and then they were like, normally this is an office injury, but yeah, when you came back here for that, turns out you were also damaged for this too. So just as we get into the 16th year of wrestling, it's just the wheels are falling off, as they say. So other than that, things are still going good. Still getting on the road quite a bit, staying nice and busy. We just opened the River City Wrestling Academy in La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's going underway. We just finished week 5 today. And so far, we got 7 kids in that, and they're doing great. And excited to see what happens once they graduate and they get into the ring for the first time.
Right, Riley, before we go to B, we've got a couple of viewer questions I'd like to show.
Okay. I'm assuming they're hilarious.
Hey, AC Riley, how's your head?
You know, Vic, my head's doing great. Hopefully your head is doing well as well. I think that we might have a potential new member for the How's Your Head Club based on one of the students that I have in my group that seemingly keeps knocking himself out with some head injuries. But time will tell. Hopefully we can correct that before he gets into the ring. In all fairness, I did get power bombed by Devlin Kane, and I did smack my head pretty good. So probably flattened another part of my skull. Otherwise, we're doing good.
Ryan Brown asked, I hit my head on the cage yesterday. Am I in?
You are if people ask how your head. And it has to be one of the How's Your Head members.
And then Ryan Brown also asked, how did you develop your super Irish whip finisher? Because he has to ask every show.
So I think I developed that just by 18 years of not thinking about it. Just natural ability.
So my question is going to be, you are now helping train, correct?
Yes. I will share. Speaking of the super Irish whip, I just redefined that just a couple months ago. Galesville, Wisconsin. I Irish whipped a gentleman so hard that I destroyed the top rope.
Jeez.
So Ryan
I
Brown
love
knows the story. I shared it with him a couple weeks ago. But I've had 2 instances where my Irish whip has destroyed a ring. So that's why it's actually banned in 16 states.
Was it like Bronson Reed a few weeks ago where like it snapped and it was still connected to like the other 3 posts, or
The last one was, yes. The other time I destroyed all of the ropes. It crumbled like a house of cards the first time. So
Oh, I love that. So with you
Duffy
being
would like to volunteer to take it next.
with you being a trainer now, what has been your biggest struggle with training the newbies at camp?
you know, I expected a lot more struggle when I was starting with the first class, but I honestly think that the class that we have, they're very, very receptive, very open. They like a lot of them are working really, really hard. Um, we push them hard. We put them through the ringer. We had a few times of some puking outside of the ring. So, but they still get in. They still put in the work. I expected a lot more frustrating days. But honestly, at the end of each week, I walked away from it thinking that the class is getting better and better. If something goes wrong, they fix it immediately. They want to get better. They want to succeed. I think if you were to ask me, when I was kind of being a consult for the Forge, I think the frustrating part for there is just, offering advice to people and then listening and having them not really take the advice. So that part gets frustrating when you have the advice, have the wisdom, and they think they know better. Which 9 out of 10 times, spoiler alert, they don't. But yeah, so far it's been going good. Knock on wood that the rest of the weeks go well. But I think this is a good group, a gold standard with our group this year.
So I don't know if Brandon's ready yet. So is your style like William Regal, where like you'll tell them a few times, and then if they don't get it, you'll yell at them, or is it more like you're kind of slower because you realize that they're newer to the training?
So I wouldn't say that we haven't really had to yell at anybody yet. I think a lot of the times is I'm the type of trainer that wants to explain the why of things. So when we're getting into it, if they're doing something wrong, I want to correct it immediately. And then also explain why it's done this way instead of just saying you're wrong and this is wrong and you need to stop that. So I think that's been very helpful just because since I've been teaching them and showing them the why of things and they understand the why of things, then when we have the follow-ups, the weeks afterwards, and then it's starting to click in their heads a little bit better. So I think just essentially treating them like, individuals that want to get into wrestling versus telling them that, the answers are all secret. And if you don't figure it out, you're wrong. And we're not going to tell you the right answer because that doesn't help anybody. So, just as they're going along, if they get yelled at, it's because they just honestly aren't listening. But honestly, the group that we have, they've been listening very well. They're very receptive to feedback and they want to improve, and they'll ask how they can do to get better. And then we give them work to improve on that. And they're very supportive of each other. So they all build each other up. So one person falls down, the 6 are there to bring them back up. So I think that's really helpful too, that they have a team that wants to succeed together.
PT, did you want to go and then we can show viewer questions?
Show the viewer questions first because we actually have a lot.
Okay, so just as a heads up for anybody that's new to the show, we can show comments, questions. So we got LJ from University Sports Debate. So we can Josh Reedon. We can show comments like this, and we can show ones like this from Scott. Who is your least favorite member of the Ross family, and why is it Scott?
Oh man. I love Scott. He's not my least favorite member of the Ross family. I think he's I know he likes to compare to himself to the girl that runs up the stairs and is never seen on Family Matters. He likes to be seen as the forgetful member of the cast. I think if I have my least favorite member of the Ross family is probably Jack Spade. And I mean, I got to give him credit though. I know he's working on his bulking season, so I got to give him props for that. The winter is coming, so. But no, I haven't seen Scott in a hot minute. The last time I saw him was at his wedding, and that was congratulations to him and the missus. But yeah, even then, it was very, very long time since I had seen Scott. So always good to see Scott. I see that he's doing well, and he's boning around growing pains. Yes, absolutely. No, I'll put Scott over any day. Him and that high knee, the legendary high knee of Scott Williams.
We have a question. What's your favorite moment in wrestling?
My favorite moment in wrestling. I'm assuming this is my favorite moment in my wrestling career, or
I would assume.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I would probably say one of my favorite moments was being on OVW. I was brought in for my first time against Mahabali Shira. He was kind of rolling through opponents for a couple weeks, and when I came in, I had my match with him. It was very short, it's very brief, but according to the records, I had the most offensive moves on him. So that was a really cool moment that I wasn't just firewood, chopping wood, cannon fodder. Actually got a little bit of to show what I could do, and that led to a couple more appearances on OVW. I haven't had an opportunity to work for them recently. I'd definitely like to in the future. But yeah, that was definitely one of my coolest moments. Other than that, just kind of sharing the locker room with some WWE legends and just listening to them share stories. Yeah, it's always like I enjoyed the experiences. So anytime I get those experiences, it's always a nice time.
Scott says, in my day, the Snapmare was a finish. And when can we expect the Youth Gone Wild reunion tour?
I mean, I think we have to figure out what happened to JJ Ryan first, because last I heard he was MIA.
Oh.
It's bad when his own brother-in-law doesn't even know where he is half the time.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Josh Reedon, training is different now compared to 15 years ago. Do you attribute it to more safety in mind or something else?
I don't know if it's safety in mind. I think just in general, I think it's kind of like how kids of their own parents say how they're going to raise their own kids, and then understand why their parents raise them, but how they want to use that, and then have their own teaching method and have their own parenting method. Like the way that I was trained, the way that others were trained. And then you kind of take that in, and then you see how other people are training, and you go to seminars and you're learning what's clicking, what isn't clicking. And, I think in the few times I've been considered a quote unquote trainer, I don't think I've ever had an instance where I've had to really yell at anybody. Because in my head, if they're receptive to the feedback and they know that they messed something up, even without me having to tell them, at that point, I'm yelling just to yell, and that doesn't seem very productive. So again, like as someone that likes to understand the why of things, that's how I teach. I explain the why of things. I feel like that leads to a lot more better communication. I feel that also leads to a better understanding of how things should be done, instead of saying, you did this wrong, try it again. Wrong again. Versus, you did this wrong, this is why you're doing it wrong, this is what you should be doing, this is why you do it this way. And then if they have any follow-up after that, then we can have that conversation. But I just think it's future generations, future teachers, I think it just has to do with just how things are going, and yeah.
BT,
hopefully that answered the question.
You are up.
I guess I'm not.
Oops.
Who was in college longer? You or Tommy Boy Callahan?
How long was Tommy Boy Callahan in college for?
8 years.
Ugh. Oh, we're pretty neck and neck at that point. I hate to say it. I think Tommy Boy was in school for college longer, but only by a semester longer.
Oh,
I think I
7.
graduated. Oh, 7? Okay, then I went. Well, then I was longer than Tommy Boy Callahan by 1 semester.
All right, go ahead, BT.
I finally.
So he asked that because Brown has said, "I need to go get supper," like an 80-year-old. So no one say anything I can hold against Al, because nobody says supper anymore. It's dinner.
It's
The only people
supper,
I've
man.
heard say supper is my grandparents, and they're very up there.
Ryan, your supper is ready.
All right, go ahead, BT.
So you said you're getting up there with all the injuries and stuff. Do you have any time frame you think you want to like start slowing down or anything?
I probably should have a time frame of when I want to slow down. I probably won't have a time frame when I want to slow down. I think I'm at 16 years now. I think on one end I'd like to round it up to make it 20, but I feel like once I hit 20, then I'll say, well, 25 is appropriate, and then when I say 25, I'll say 30. I mean, you look at Ricky Morton and all these other guys that are still tearing it up in the wrestling scene. So I think as long as I can still hold together, I'm thankful that I haven't had any surgeries yet. I got very lucky when I broke my knee earlier this year. It's just easier to laugh and say, "Oh, I'm falling apart. Wheels are falling apart." But I think for now we're at a good pace, and I think that given the fact that I've only been sidelined for an injury for the first time in 16 years, I feel like that I had a pretty good reputation of, keeping myself safe and, keeping myself, healthy, all things considered. So we'll see how it goes. But no timetable in store right now.
Bobby, forgive me, but your best friend has a question. When will Cat
Don't you
Pernicus
ever.
return to Now That's Wrestling?
I've been keeping an eye on his mail that comes in, and I haven't seen anything come from Now That's Wrestling. So, I'm surprised because I think he appears on just about every single poster. So,
You froze.
Oh no, he froze. I thought it was me for a second.
It probably was you.
Hey man.
Why you do that?
Well, Mr. Riley has frozen in time and space. Let's add him back. See if he's still frozen.
Would you say he's Glacier?
You still frozen, fam? No,
He's
now
all
it's just
black on my
now
end.
it's just a dark screen.
He's the Undertaker.
Oh, he's back. He made it.
are we back?
Well, so we can hear you, but you're still frozen. Did he freeze, or was Bobby's excitement for my question scare him?
You know what scares me, Josh? What scares me?
A good stall
Are we
for
back?
Oh, he's back.
Grabs my gears.
He's still frozen.
No, he was back. If you
now.
could,
Right now.
No,
You know what scares
blinking.
me? You know what scares me, Josh? What scares me is a grown man
oh no,
who will boo a kid. That gave me
He's not even a
nightmares.
wrestler.
He's not even a wrestler. What is wrong with you? Is that how you get your jollies off? Is that your entertainment?
oh my God, not your jollies.
Picking on little kids? Like you're like the upside down Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio gives encouragement. You're like no Mysterio.
No Mysterio.
You just choose to pick a random kid out of the crowd and bully him.
Oh, Scott says, "Does he have AOL or Metscape?" Janky ass internet.
Yes, internet, indeed.
Okay, sorry, Riley. If you could give your Copernicus answer, because that's when you froze. Was when you were answering the Copernicus question.
He froze. Oh, he's like going in and out.
Oh, I think he froze again.
Oh, he froze mid blink, like one eye's open, the other one isn't.
While Riley figures it out, do we want to run the results of one of our sponsors for their show last night?
No, Bobby, read the comments.
Let me tell you
Because
something.
last night, before we actually get started here,
That's zero internet.
I do have. If anyone from now is watching, please send this to Mr. Smash. Our friend right here
Hold
was
on.
bamboozled, trademarked, out of the tag team championships last
Wait.
night.
He might be unfrozen. He might be able to give his answer.
Do the robot if you're unfrozen. Nope, he's frozen again.
Oh, frozen again. All right, he's doing this.
If when he becomes unfrozen, when it's my segment, these comments will be read. So I just want you to know you're not getting out.
I know, but we're. Oh well, the comments will be read.
I'm the
guest.
Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. This man last night was like lightning quick. It was like the second coming of Hulk Hogan. This man was
Quit
like
the racism.
Was like the Sistine Chapel being painted in real time. It's like the Mona Lisa was being painted. I mean, you had comments in the chat last night like, look at that movement. Logan Ross is scouting for when to strike. Logan Ross has the ring IQ of Bret Hart.
Real quick before you continue with the comments, these are all comments from the cage match that I was involved in last night. Just so the people know.
Continue. The critics. Critics.
These are the critics. I mean, you didn't even break a sweat during the match.
Bobby, read what the New York Times said.
The New York Times said,
New York Times.
The New York Times said Logan Ross is the modern day Ric Flair. Last match, Ric Flair, that is.
Oh, jeez.
Look at that kick from Logan Ross. I haven't seen kicks like that since Messi in the World Cup. Generational talent.
The fuck matches he watched. Continue with the comments. We'll get back to Riley's answer. I know you want to get through them.
A butterfly floats like Logan Ross. A bee stings like Logan Ross. Okay, let me tell you something. This man was so ahead of everybody else last night. It was a mismatch for everyone else. That man punched. It was like Hercules punching somebody. Like that man is
comment last night. And someone explained it. Last night was Logan Ross's love letter to wrestling.
Terrible. What a terrible love letter that was then. Can I get a redo?
Listen, we're all better people after watching Logan Ross. I mean, you gave us a 5-star classic last night. I mean, dude, when Mad Cow came in the ring and looked at you, he became Sane Cow. Okay? That man didn't even touch you. He's like, oh, no, Mr. Ross.
That man didn't bring out no chocolate milk.
That man was scared to touch you. The sheer talent in your pinky toe that you used to pin your opponent. I mean, my goodness, man. What was I witnessing?
Like, Mad Cow this to the
is
ring,
wrestling.
You.
This
Mad Cow
is
said,
wrestling.
now I gotta get the fuck out of wrestling.
Like, my God, man, where have you been hiding? It's like Stu Hart himself came down and inhabited your body.
Okay, that's going a little far.
Lou Thez is jealous of you.
Not Lou Thez.
Dude, he even did that little Buddy Rogers strut in there. Look at that man.
I mean, my goodness, man. You were lightning quick.
The now customers should have fucking read our comments.
All right. So now Now that we have Riley back and you're done reading the comments,
Apparently,
Riley,
that Capernicus comment just destroyed my internet.
Riley, if you could please get the answer to the Capernicus question.
Well, hopefully my internet will stay in track with in time for the answer. But I like I was trying to say before my internet fell apart. I haven't seen any return invites for now that's wrestling for Capernicus. Be keeping an eye on his mail lately, but I know that they're using Capernicus on all the now posters. So like I know that he's still very very memorable in the now eyes and everything, but no, I haven't heard of any return plans, but certainly open to them down the road, I'm sure.
Well, you hear that?
Wonder if
Gus
wonder if
Smash, if you're
Capernicus-
watching.
Wonder if Capernicus could be Adam West Catman.
Ooh.
We have a couple of responses to the comments from the critics last night, Bobby. Danielson got stretchered out, Logan Ross didn't. That's a fact, by the way. And also, Scott said Stu Hart today. So, yikes.
Logan Ross was the bag.
So now we're gonna go Bobby, me, BT, and then if there's any viewer questions, and then that'll be the end for the Riley interview. But we'll keep you here, Riley, because we got some stuff to talk about.
He knows
Okay.
he's been here before, literally.
I've got to
No, he's
explain it.
never been.
I've got to explain it to the new viewers. sir. Okay. All right, buddy.
This was in
for
regards.
review.
This was in regards to your last question when Brandon asked you, how long did you think you have? Do you think that you're going to be Dory Funk at 87 wrestling in a death match in honor of Terry Funk?
Part of me wants to say no, but the other part of me wants to say probably. I'm the type of person that will get an X-ray and figure out that I have degenerative back disease like my family, and then I'll take a couple suplexes on the outside of the ring 3 days later. So not a lot of brains in my department. So yeah. So never say never. How about we answer that way?
I understand that, sir. I do understand that.
All right. BT, did you want to go next?
I don't know how I could follow that up. I mean,
You can't just troll Bobby.
it's such wise wisdom and questions from the number one reporter on here.
I get my source from the wrestler's wrestler, Logan Ross.
Jesus.
Go wrestler, Logan Ross.
Here's the wrestler.
Is that what the critics said last night? Wrestlers wrestler?
Oh my gosh.
All I'm saying is, all rumors had it when the match ended. Logan Ross just tapped perfection and said, "Follow that, buddy."
I understand that reference.
That's an Easter egg for those that are watching that. You're a shitbag for that one.
That was great. That was great.
What do you got for our guest?
Okay, I do got a serious question. Have you come up with more masks?
I do have more masks on the way. I know that we have a continuation of our mask series that was so rudely interrupted by some hijacking commenters. But we do have some more masks on the way from Rockwell Masks. He's been a very busy guy. He just finished a very huge project for Dragon Lee on WWE. So if you're seeing him with this with new entrance gear, that is all a Rockwell Mask creation. Very, very impressive work there from Rockwell Mass. It certainly put everything else on the back burner, but given the circumstances, it's understandable, right? So he will have some new stuff coming out for me here soon. Looking forward to see what he does, and then I'm sure after a while I'm going to be thinking, what can I be doing next? But nothing in the near future, though. I'm going to be very content with what I have. I have a lot of masks now, so we'll be set for a very long time.
And last question, because I wanted to ask you this last time that you came on before we got interrupted. Do you think that because people got the T-shirts? Do you think that you'd be selling the mask, like like replicas of the mask for
Sell,
your fans?
selling replicas of my mask.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about how to do that in a way that makes sense. So it's certainly something I've thought of. I just need to put my head together a little bit more. I'd like to. It's just a way of doing it that feels like it's a replica of my mask, but also isn't something that is horribly time consuming because I'm definitely not to the same capability of Rockwell masks. I don't think really anybody is. But I also don't want to do him any injustice with these replicas. So we'll see. More to come on that.
Got you.
BT, want to get your last one in?
Before I did my last one, I'm actually very interested in this one right here.
We were getting there. That's after us. Scott wants to know what is your favorite spice.
Is he talking about like actual spice or like the Spice Girls?
I think we know what Scott means.
I want him to explain.
Me and Riley know what Scott means, if that makes you feel better.
Oh boy.
I don't want it.
I no comment at this time.
No comment at this hour.
That's a safe answer.
How about the Cowboys? That's an interesting question.
Whoa! Leave Bobby alone. And you know what? I'm just gonna jump you, Riley. Since the last time I've seen you, I'm also gonna incorporate this in. The 3BF has reformed. So would you like to explain how the 3BF reformed? And also, is it team lingo or a wrestling faction?
Apparently it may be both and also a rapper community. Because we did a post about 3BF, hashtag 3BF like 3 years ago, and like a few months ago, somebody said, "We're the real 3BF, stop it." And it's some random rap group that I've never heard of. So I'm sure they're gonna love the fact that 3BF is back in action. So yeah, 3BF is back in RCCW. Myself, Nikki Duche, and joining the group is the real Brock Hall. A lot of that just kind of came into consideration of guys that Nick and I generally enjoy being in the locker room with, and Brock is definitely a guy that fits our similar interests. So when we asked him to join and be our third man in RCCW, he signed up without any hesitation. So really excited to see the new blood of 3BF and the lacrosse chapter. And who knows, maybe Cal Creed will make an appearance here in the future. He's set for life. He is a long-time member, a long-time founding member of 3BF. So as long as we can figure out his very busy schedule, we'll certainly have him back in. And so yeah, 3BF is going good. We got some new gear made, and we'll be back at Champions Riverside Resort this Saturday in Galesville, Wisconsin.
So I'm sorry, BT, before you go, but if he comes back, wouldn't that be the 4BF then?
If he comes back in lacrosse, then we'll be the Friends Forever.
Oh. All right, we got a smart guy over here.
Actually,
I've had enough time to think about that.
I have actually a legit question here, and since your father's in the comments, I think it just makes perfect sense. How do you feel about this man turning on the man that gave him life?
I'm actually got a bone to pick with Logan Ross myself. So I can understand the amount of hate that his dad has for him right now. For those that may be interesting, why I have beef with Mr. Logan Ross. Normally, this bastard, this son of a bitch, he will communicate with me by GIF to let me know that he's on the way or on the way back. He'll communicate just so I'm aware of for transportation. he did not send any gifts whatsoever on Friday when I saw him. And he also did not send anything yesterday, and I believe he was at a show yesterday. So he stayed very radio silent this weekend, and a little hot about it, to be honest with you.
Well, just you wait. We'll see if you get a gift this weekend.
Maybe he was hiding from the OWO for costing them the tag team titles. Why do they put up with you?
They love me.
You just let everybody down.
Scott has a question. Scott wants to know, is sus a better word than cringe?
Oh, I don't know. Both of them I'm not a fan of, but I guess sus is at least sus you can kind of get away with of that you just said it a little too short. But cringe, you have to be trying a little bit hard to put that in there. It's all this new lingo.
Brown says he sent you smoke signals for years and you never cared.
Ryan Brown's just blowing smoke out of everybody's ass. So
we have the long-awaited return. I don't know if I should even show this comment. I might catch heat.
Oh,
that's okay. I don't work for
AC
anyone.
Riley, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a few months. What's up, Isaac?
And then
I got no heat. I got no heat with Isaac. I just saw him in Iowa a couple months ago. I said hi to him. He was working on his match, and I was working on mine, so we didn't get really a chance to chat. But I made sure to go out of my way to say hi to him.
And then,
do you think Krav Maga could defeat Logan Ross? I think a light gust of wind could probably defeat Logan Ross.
Whoa!
You know what? This is what happens when you don't send gifts, man. I'm not going to be in your corner anymore.
We got fucking heat, huh?
Yeah, I told you that we had heat.
Oh, all right.
That's just the gas from you farting.
And for the final question, before we cover some stuff, AC Riley, big fan, long-time listener, first-time caller. Just curious who your fuck, marry, kill is. Duffy, BT, Bobby.
Ooh.
Just saying, if you choose to kill Bobby, you're racist.
You can't exploit that as a loophole.
Oh, hell yeah, I am. Because I want to be killed.
No, I think if anyone's getting killed, it's going to be Duffy right now.
Yeah. The first time.
Damn it, I'm getting fucked.
Fuck Bobby, marry BT, kill Duffy.
My.
You want to know why he's not marrying you? Because you're a Cowboys fan. He doesn't have to expect
opposite
the
of
ring.
racist. Love instead of hate.
Love instead of getting a ring.
You're 1-5. What are you talking about? You act like you're better.
We have hope.
You gave up 41 points to the Texans.
You lost on Jerry Jones's birthday.
We don't care. Okay, that man probably didn't even realize it was his birthday.
I think we all know what's coming next. It's
he will when he has those age 22 hookers in the fucking penthouse tonight.
No. Oh no!
Robert Kraft will be right there joining them. Let's go. Next segment.
Only if it takes place at a party.
The next segment, Bobby, is your segment.
Wait a minute. It is time once again for Bobby's shit take of the week, presented by Elite Wrestling Society.
No!
You know what? So, normally my shit take comes from a group, but this week it doesn't. Yesterday, when I was watching the Tour de France, Logan Ross.
Oh my God.
I had to listen to the announcers besmirch the good name of Logan Ross. They called this man a blob. They said that normally there would be a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, and they made fun of Brett Duffy saying they made fun of Logan Ross says that he doesn't have a good knee to stand on. He got two bad knees.
They said that if this was a video game and the match started, my knees would be on yellow.
That's creative. I'll give them that.
You do not besmirch the good name of a Wisconsin legend. That man last night carried the whole match. Okay,
This man is second generation, but carries the first.
Oh my god!
okay? And for you to call this man a blob, okay, that man was the best looking man in shape that I've seen during the whole match.
Okay.
That man, my goodness, I just want to cry because I have never seen such excellence. I mean, forget Bret Hart. You are the excellence of execution.
And the way you pay tribute to India's own Great Khali with that pin, chef's kiss.
But I'm not done because I got 2 shitbags or shit takes of the night.
Oh my goodness.
We are the 2 shitbags.
No. Highlight Duffy, please. Highlight Duffy.
Oh, we're going back to a shitty WrestleMania take?
Put him on. Okay, now take him off. That is the face. Take him off. That is the face of a man who doesn't have the wherewithal to know that his teammates are getting out of the ring and everybody's telling you to look behind you. And you single-handedly cost the OWO.
Hold on. Did you say 2 shitbags because I am Duffy and I am Logan Ross?
If the shoe fits,
oh my god,
wear it. Why do they hang out with you? You cost them the tag team titles.
You know, Bobby, I think a lot of it can really be brought in with one core factor this weekend, that he just had horrible communication skills.
He does. He doesn't communicate with anybody.
No, he doesn't communicate with me. If he doesn't communicate with me by GIF, what makes you think he's going to communicate with the guys that have the tag team belts?
You're right. You are so right. Look, AC,
I think it's time to change the GIF.
But Bobby, like, I know you were just
I got
like,
a good GIF
watching
in mind.
Hand on the screen saying, "Logan, move." And he just didn't.
You know, it's like when Mufasa died and Simba went up to him and said, "Wake up. Wake up."
Or like when Baby's mother got shotgunned in the first 5 seconds of the movie.
Baby's mother.
It's just like what happened backstage? Like what
were you like kicked out of the locker room like Benoit did the Miz for dropping chicken grease
on his head? Did you not see Stash Dance Revolution coming? Like, what is wrong with you?
It's a resolution, and I was celebrating. I was soaking up the moment.
I could tell. Okay, you need to soak less. Okay,
shower more.
Need a shower more.
Dang, your own girl shitted on you, BT.
Damn,
but
that's
on,
why she's
on a serious level, this man.
Abby said from deep.
But on a serious level, though, Brandon. On a serious note, though, Brandon. Last night, after this man got done with his match, he took his shirt and his pants off, and he folded them up into the suitcase because he didn't do anything. That man cowered in the corner like a wimp. That man.
Watch the match back. They said I was throwing
the greatest
kicks. They said I was a ring general at one point.
A ring general?
They did say that. If you go back and listen to commentary, they said Logan Ross is a ring general. At one point, I was the only man standing.
They also said you was a fat blob. What does that even mean?
Fat blob ring general, bro.
What isn't talked about is this man's ring IQ.
Oh, BT, ring IQ. Keep going.
It's there. Like you see it. Like prime Dusty Rhodes. He reminds me of Kurt Angle.
Which one?
Before the Percocets.
Ah, shit. Oh. I wanted to be Perk Angle.
People think AEW is where the best wrestle. Obviously, he's never seen a Logan Ross match.
Jesus Christ.
Brandon,
that's a hot take.
Thank you.
Brandon, the way that he ate those double super kicks He ate them like he was fisting double cheeseburgers. Oh.
Did you see his training video? His Rocky? Oh my god, I got Rocky vibes from it. This man looked like Apollo and Rocky.
Jeez.
Paul and Rocky. Okay.
Yeah, I think you might be taking that a little far.
After they retired.
Not far enough.
Alrighty, PT. Bobby, are you done with your segment, or because
You know, I would, but because it gave me so much nightmares, I'm not going to put Josh on there. So let's continue.
Yeah, Joshua.
okay, so we'll continue. BT.
Josh, you're the real American nightmare. I just want you to know.
Oh my god! Never
For booing a child, for leading them and booing a child. How dare you?
But so are Logan Ross's knees, so it makes perfect sense.
It's true. It's true. BT, a sponsor had a show last night.
They did. And it wasn't rapid fire wrestling. It was Now That's Wrestling. Caged. Since you were there, do you want to read off the results?
Well, we do have the results. So, in match number 1, it was the Baker Boys versus Stash Dance Resolution versus... Oh, shit. I'm blanking.
Oh, how you were there?
Didn't you just say that you had the results?
Versus the Best Friend Club. There we go.
Doesn't matter.
And
Last Chance Resolution 1.
they didn't, actually. The ending of the match was...
I saw the ending of your match. Trust me, they won.
We'll get there. The ending was the Baker Boys and the Best Friends Club had each pinned a member of Stash Dance Resolution. So both teams won, thus, I believe, earning a number 1 contenders opportunity for tag team championships.
You know who's not number 1 contenders for the tag team?
Oh, yeah? Who was that?
You.
Who was that?
You.
Oh, my. You know, there might be a rematch clause. I'm just saying. You know, you got to have the lawyers go over it. You know, it gets pretty crazy. It gets pretty hectic.
I've listened to Mr. Smash. Trust me, your case is not going to lawyers.
Match number 2 was your boy Roy, or Roy Cooper, I should say. He's Roy Cooper here. Forgive me,
no
Roy.
one Nina than Roy Cooper.
He took on Miles Mason, and in the end, Miles Mason took home the victory. And then match number 3 saw the Old World Order defeating the team of Craig Covenant, Adam Christopher, Kellen Quest, and the returning Mad Cow. Ooh. And then, as we all know, I goofed. I didn't get out of the cage when the boys told me. Stash Dance Resolution cashed in their one sweet medallion. They hit me with a double super kick. I got hit with a Shining Wizard by XTC. And then Porn Stash gave me a frog splash. And they both pinned me 1, 2, 3 to get the tag team championships.
I want to comment on that match. Bobby, I've never seen someone go from Luz Thez to Kazarni like that.
Oh my god! Am I fired? Kazarni got fired after one match. Chad, am I cooked?
I would have said Buff Bagwell, but let's continue.
Oh my! So then there was an intermission for the second half of Now That's Wrestling. It was Arcadius versus Classic Alpha. And Arcadius knocked off Classic Alpha in a surprise.
I'm sorry, Classic Alpha. Ever since you've been on here, you lost your title, and it seems like every time we read these results, you lose.
Yeah, I think we might have cursed him. Also, he kept repeating they took his month away. I don't know what that means. Then there was the viral Canadian Skylar Reed, who apparently joined a cartel because he was pubbed as one half of the international cartel. He had a manager, and they just introduced him as the Hitman. So you got to be careful when you go up against Skylar Reed.
Well, so did he leave you?
Different companies, man. Come on.
I don't care. Kayfabe's alive, bitch.
So Skylar Reed took on Jay Leone, and Jay Leone had picked up the victory over Skylar Reed. Perfection took on Kaiser in a non-title match, but if Kaiser lost, he was fired from Now That's Wrestling. And at the end of the match, both men are fighting to get out of the cage. They're at the door. They're both almost out. But then Roy Cooper showed up. Perfection ducked. Roy slammed the door on Kaiser. Perfection escaped. And unfortunately, Kaiser has been fired from Now That's Wrestling. And then in the main event...
I think they meant to book you for that match.
Oh, you fuck. I'm about to book you in that match. You about to be fired from this show. In the main event, we had Josie Valentine versus Mike Jarrett. Some of you know him as Smash. And, well, Smash basically brutally assaulted Josie Valentine. And then opened the door and told her to leave. He tried to tell her to get out. She did not get out, but she was kind of saved by Kid Vlad. I say kind of because then Smash kind of destroyed Kid Vlad.
Now he's Kid
Not
Vlad.
very superhero of you.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job. But then the lights turned out.
Oh,
Power outage, didn't pay the bill.
And when the lights came back on, Nathan Gust had returned, and he not only kicked the shit out of, excuse my language, I know there's people watching, he kicked the shit out of Smash, but then he challenged Smash to a match at Out of Control 3, which is December 21st, Green Bay, Wisconsin, for full control of Now That's Wrestling. So it was quite the show.
So, Mr. Ross, since you work there, who do you want to have full control of Now That's Wrestling?
Oh, do I hope Smash gets full control of Now That's Wrestling. You know why? It's because Nathan Gust packed his bags, went to Florida, and then didn't give a shit about us.
Ted Cruz?
He did blow you guys.
I thought Ted Cruz was Cancun.
Same difference.
Which is funny because doesn't he try to keep those people out?
Whoa.
And what you're saying is
That's your governor, Bobby. That's your governor. What do you got for me, BT? Oh, he had to crack open a beer for that one.
So he took his talents to South Beach, is what you're telling me.
Oh,
Basically.
Wow. I'm appalled.
I'm appalled. Well, BT, I hear WrestleDream was last night. Do you have the results for WrestleDream?
It was.
Oh my
before
goodness.
you talk about WrestleDream, can I just share? I got to share how we were talking about how Logan Ross was a piece of shit. We'll talk about how Nathan Gus is kind of a piece of shit as well, right?
Ooh.
So I haven't seen Nathan Gus in a year and a half. So the last time I saw him was April of 2022. That was in Appleton, Wisconsin for Frontline. Since then, he has moved down to Florida. He's made the occasional return up to here, but in times I didn't see him. And when I was at Frontline on October 4th, right? That would have been Friday. Saw him. And not only did I see him, I got to see what he was wearing. He was wearing a Fuck Alex Riley shirt. that was from the Paul Verk merchandise for DPW, and then he told me to discover D's nuts, and then he tried to hug me, and then I was like, I haven't seen you in so long, and you're expecting a hug on me? You're a real piece of shit.
Wow.
And then I gave him a hug because I'm a piece of shit. But there you go.
I gotta get a fuck Alex Riley t-shirt.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, somebody else said he needs a fuck Alex Riley t-shirt.
I'm unintentionally doing merchandise for a shirt that is about me.
Ryan Brown wants to know where he could get this shirt.
Well, apparently you can get it on the Discover Pro Wrestling site. All proceeds go to fuck you.
All right, Pete, see if you got the results for WrestleDream.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna skip the pre-show because who gives a fuck? So
What if it's
Jay White?
what if it's the building blocks of a greater match? And you're going to
It
be like,
wasn't, dude.
I didn't care
Do
about
you
that.
really think the Acclaim versus Maximum Male Models
With the return
is
of Rico.
to a great match, or Brian
I don't
Cage
know.
versus Jr.?
What if we're seeing that match at WrestleMania 10 years from now?
Oh my goodness.
If you're seeing that match 10 years from now, WrestleMania, something went wrong.
Hey man, we got a question. What's with all the mismatched beers tonight?
I'm being resourceful.
That's fair. All right, PT, go ahead with WrestleDream.
Okay. First match of the night that mattered. Jay White defeated Hangman Adam Page. Anyone actually watch AEW have thoughts on that? Because no, not everyone's watching lately.
I didn't watch it, but I would have thought Hangman Adam Page would have won.
So apparently,
I can tell.
apparently
Only 3,200 of y'all.
Apparently, they're comparing it to when Swerve beat him a year ago. Like, apparently that match was that good. Like, that was apparently the best match of what's his name's life. What's his name? AEW run.
Swerve.
That's what I'm talking about, Ryan. Why are we talking about this match? Let's talk about what the people want.
Oh my god!
All right,
Gang.
after.
I was gonna talk about it after.
After.
All right, we'll talk about it after.
Fine.
You always save the best for last.
Fine. But no, seriously. They said that the match was the best match of Jay White's AEW career so far.
It was. Pretty much up until the triple threat match, the show was great. Then it just went downhill.
Oh, Takashita?
Yeah. Next was Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. Mariah May retained the title.
Good.
No thoughts there, really.
They said that match was good, too.
It was.
Mariah May should have
Jack Perry versus Shibata. Match was okay. Lasted under 10 minutes. Perry retained, but the main shit from it came from after the match. MJF returned and Adam Cole.
Baby.
Which is completely weird.
Thoughts on that?
Because now we're supposed to cheer for MJF. I mean, we're supposed to cheer for Adam Cole.
Yeah.
But Adam Cole did all the terrible things to MJF.
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of that, the devil mask is another Rockwell design. Fun fact. That's all I got.
We have
BT watched.
Yeah, 3,200 and like 29,000 people watched last Wednesday. Or Tuesday.
Ooh.
One of them was one of my trainees who fell asleep during the middle of it. But in all fairness, he had been up for 21 hours, but still.
Oh, I turned that shit off once Jericho popped on TV. I was like, I'm done.
Ooh. I am the learning tree.
Apparently, Jimmy Jacobs came up with the learning tree.
Really, Jimmy Jacobs came up with everything that's wrong with AEW. Takeshita defeated Will Ospreay and Ricochet after Kyle Fletcher turned on Will Ospreay. No thoughts there. Something called Hologram defeated Beast Mordos.
something called hologram.
Hey, that man is undefeated. Okay,
Keep
Oh my
going.
god,
Keep going.
I don't get the hype around hologram.
the hype is that the owner wanted him to be his own special character, so of course he's going to push him.
I don't get him.
He's
I
Tony
don't get
Khan's
it.
creation. He's a hologram,
I don't-
man.
But like, okay. Bobby's hero, Darby Allin, defeated Brody King.
I don't care anymore.
The Young Bucks defeated Private Party.
Of course they did.
They should. Private Party should have won. Just saying.
You know the Young Bucks are going to retain for like 2 years.
They're gonna keep titles until Omega and Ibushi come back. Mark Briscoe defeated Chris Jericho to retain the ROH title.
Thank God.
Should have.
And John Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson, ended Bryan Danielson's full-time wrestling career to win the AEW championship. Then Wheeler Yuta killed him after.
Oh my god. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but Scott says watching AEW is like eating chlamydia soup.
Oh,
I just got like
But Bobby, since you want us to stop the hate, and I'm gonna
no.
up the hate here, do you notice who wasn't on that card?
The man that Jerry Lynn said should be the next. This is the greatest wrestler in AEW.
No, Orange Cassidy's on the card. He was in the pre-show.
Who
I'm
was on
talking about the
They couldn't.
TBS.
Seattle couldn't afford her. Seattle couldn't afford her.
the highest paid female wrestler of all time.
That's not my problem. I don't know what. I don't care.
Waste of money. You're
But you
went about that
you're the one who went to a show to see her debut.
I went to go see Mogul Embassy.
You did not.
No.
You did not.
Nah,
no,
man,
you didn't.
Bought the finger things and everything.
He did.
He was like,
CEO.
Bro, sometimes I practice it in my sleep.
I see what you
that was WrestleDream. First half good, second half shit. And the highlight of the night was trying to listen to Excalibur fake cry when Bryan Danielson's getting the shit kicked out of him. That was something.
Oh no, not a fake cry.
Leave Sockface. Leave Sockface alone.
Okay, now the real thing that everybody wants to talk about.
Yes.
Kane versus Blue Kane.
Well,
Bobby,
actually,
what's
it's
your
copyright.
analysis?
Actually, it's copyright now, so it's Blue Pain.
it's Blue Pain,
Sorry.
but we all know what it is.
Yes. So first off, why is everybody ripping off Kane?
I have no idea.
Did you see?
Everybody's trying to make that PWA 500, bro.
What? First there was Blue Pain, and then there's Gain. I don't even know what's going on.
We need to get a stoner Kane gimmick.
Oh,
Is that Green Cane?
Yeah.
I think that's Green Cane. That has to be.
You can also have shit stain.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay.
And then get like an African American Kane, call him Blaine.
And then you can get a Mexican Kane, and he'll be Mexican.
He be Maine.
Ooh.
He be Maine. What you doing, Maine?
You just have all the like they're the fucking Avengers, and they all take down. Name someone random.
Listen, I believe that Gaines.
Matthias.
I believe that Gaines' entrance music is like, first I was afraid, then I was petrified. I don't understand. And instead of shooting pyro, he shoots rainbows.
Kane shoots Blue Pain shoots out snow
But he makes sense. Like his is they're both creative, but like his makes sense. He had a whole back.
Green Cane just like shoot off pot.
Oh.
I mean, at least like you can do a fog machine for that, so that makes a little bit more sense.
like
Hot smoke, like just give the smell.
green cane is down, and then like somebody puts a joint in front of his face, and he just sits up and takes a hit.
He holds
Like
up.
Cane.
I can't wait for the Wanderer versus the Meanderer.
Oh.
And Scott asked, "What about the Roamer?"
The Roamer. If anything, it's going to be the Wanderer because every time I'm down south, they write the name down as WONDERER. I was like, no, put a tail at the end of that O.
Listen, leave their education system alone.
It's time for Duffy to Bobby. It's time for our friend to book Blue Pain
Blue
Gain.
or Gain. I'm just saying.
I would book one of them against the Soul Taker.
Oh my
Oh,
my goodness.
I'm actually surprised that nobody's done that yet. I'll be honest with you. I think that's money on the table. I'll be honest with you.
Well, Duffy.
Fun fact.
Do
you know what his name was before the Soul Taker?
Oh, please inform me, Bobby. What was his name before?
Serious though, I thought that it was a joke, and I said the what? And when I saw what it was, they can research what the Soul Taker's original name is.
Instead of license plates, the Wanderer is covered in question marks.
Oh,
Jesus. Oh, gentlemen, did we have anything else, or is it time to promote some shit?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Mike Hartenbauer?
We gotta do it.
Love that guy. He's actually on the shelf right now due to some he tore his bicep wrestling, so he's kind of in that same boat as me where the wheels are starting to fall off. But last I heard, the surgery went well, the recovery is going well. Excited to see when he gets back into the ring, and I know that he's itching to get back, but had a conversation with him a couple times to make sure that he comes back correctly and doesn't come back too soon, because the last thing anybody wants is for him to be back for a hot minute and then he re-tears something. So yeah, good guy, good friend of all the drinking of the ultras. Shameless plug.
Good old Horkenblower.
Good old hornblower. If he was a whistleblower, he'd be hornblower.
He worked for the Nixon administration if he was a whistleblower. On to promote.
It's that time of the week. The show is almost over, so it's time to promote some shit.
AC Riley, where can they find you? Can they follow you? And what upcoming shows do you have?
So they can follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. Just search for The Wanderer, AC Riley, Wasteland Wrestler, _, and then on most of them it's _ I'm The Wanderer _ very old man of me. Next couple shows, this Saturday will be Galesville, Wisconsin. We will be at Gravedigger Slimathon 5. It's a fundraiser to raise funds for the Gilbert Brown Foundation. So Gilbert Brown will be there. We'll have a couple other Packers in the building, I'm sure. We will also have special guests Cole Cabana. We will also have WWE Hall of Famer The Godfather. He will be in attendance. Jerry the King Lawler will not be in attendance due to some circumstances beyond our control, but then The Godfather was available, so he's stepping up to the plate, and we're really excited to have him there, and it'll be a good time at the Champions Riverside Resort as we raise some money for the Gilbert Brown Foundation. After that, I will be at Frontline Pro on October 26th. That'll be in Bakerville, Wisconsin, and then following that, we have some more dates in November. So just keep an eye on the social medias, and you'll see where I'm at.
All right, BT, I know you want to play the video, and then I'll do it.
Hold on a minute, Duffy. Aren't you going to be hanging with the Godfather?
I'm gonna get there. Play the video, BT, and I know he wants.
As the phone states, Logan Ross said, as you guys know, me and Bobby are not allowed to eat unless Mr. Ross gets booked, so this ad so we can eat again. So book Rogan Bros today, or at least book his twin or stunt double.
Hey, girl.
Intensity, integrity, and intelligence. The three I's of which Logan Ross does not possess. As election season kicks off here, it's just when your options can't get any better, this man arrives. Vote, pick, book your American icon today. Please book Logan Ross. I am hungry. Bobby is hungry. We need to eat. Book Logan Ross.
Once again, the last photo's Johnny Shane. You're a bitch. Oh, but for here at our show, and then I'll get into the other stuff. Next week we have the superhero Kid Lat.
Kid Lex.
That is the 20th.
More like Kid Flat now after Smash got through with him.
October 27th, we have a trio. That's right, I got them rebooked due to my goof. We have
Shield.
no. We have Prince.
Your communication skills failed you again, huh?
We have Prince Hernandez. We have Skylar Reed, and we will have Nell Dillinger. November 3rd, we are off as I am helping out Now That's Wrestling at the Packer game that day.
Doing what?
Well, we're kind of
being last in the division.
No, we're doing stuff to help promote Out of Control 3, and we're just really trying to help out now. So we'll be at the Packer game that day.
How are you trying to help out now when this
doing some cool
show
stuff?
Was the first show in like 6 months?
Are you even showing up to Out of Control 3? Because you didn't show up to Out of Control 2.
Wow, I was there at Out of Control 1. You just missed every other one.
Are you going to help out now when you are doing this in a month? That's not now.
Dang, that's crazy. November 10th, we are looking for a guest.
It's more like then that's wrestling, not now that's wrestling.
Later, that's wrestling.
No, November 10th, we're looking for a guest. So you might be hearing.
Wrestling.
November 17th, we have
invite that monster Josh on November 10th.
November 17th, we have a member of the 3BF. Whoa, it's Nick Ragnar.
Hey.
Nicky Duche.
Ragnarok?
I didn't know that guy.
Ragnarok. And
I gotta ask it. We're near the end of the year. We have yet to have an Alvin Gray appearance.
You know, I tried to hit up Alvin Gray. I received a red icon. I don't know. He's got a baby on the way. He's a busy man.
He said, "Fuck them white boys and Bobby."
This Saturday, I will be at RCCW for the Champion Show with Godfather and Cole Cabana, as previously mentioned.
What are you going to be doing at the show?
Thoughts and prayers, RCCW.
I don't know what I'll be doing. I've got to be told. November.
What are you going to be doing with Godfather?
Oh, I don't know what you're insinuating, my friend.
Are you two gonna like trade rats?
Oh my god!
Like
Jesus! November 8th.
You thought of you. Like that kind of shit?
November 8th, I will be back at RCCW. November 9th is the next Now That's Wrestling show.
Notice he didn't say he was going to be there.
I will be there, bitch.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but I know I'm booked. I'll have the name of that show next week live here on Duffy Bobby B. November 29th, I'm at the Black Friday Brawl for Legacy Pro Wrestling. So there's places to find me. You just gotta search.
Well, when are they booking you versus Nick Gage?
Oh my god! Also,
game.
I'm gonna save you a sponsor plug here, BT. Rapid Fire Wrestling. Stay tuned. We have an announcement coming soon.
You're bankrupt.
You. BT, I already saved you on the Now show too because I told you what day that is. So would you like to promote our other sponsors?
Brian. Bernie's Burgers, I don't know if you exist anymore, so I don't know. We got the Fox River Raiders. They're doing good. Just had their tryout a few weeks ago. Didn't sign Duffy.
Good. I have 2 bad knees.
Once again, check out Now That's Wrestling. Their show is next month. Official Facebook group of the WPT and Bobby Wrestling Show, Elite Wrestling Society. And we have the University of Sports Debate ran by LJ himself. Go there and you can watch me just post offensive cowboy memes all day.
Or cheer for a team that loses a lot, but whatever.
You think I give a fuck?
You're so angry, little man.
I've seen your. I'm just gonna bring this up. You're making me say this. Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls. I've seen that plus 1 in my whole lifetime with my football team. How about you?
Brandon, first off, you're lying.
No, I'm not.
When were you born?
If you want to cross out 2001 because I was 4, I still got 5 more.
You got 4 more. You don't remember it in 2004.
That's fuck. How the fuck do I remember 04?
You don't remember 04.
I remember the Red Sox World Series.
No, you don't. Ask LJ.
Right there.
According to him, no, you don't.
This phone is phoning.
LJ doesn't count. He has never seen championships.
First off, okay. You're just mad because Thanasis is no longer on the Bucks, okay?
Oh, now we're on basketball. How did we get the basketball?
Okay, and you're just. I mean, really, you cheer for the Brewers.
You got the new Thanasis now.
You got the new Thanasis. You got Bronny James.
Okay,
he was only drafted because of his last name.
You lead others to a treasure you can't possess.
Bobby,
good.
You see that Braun tweet though?
Goodness, whatever.
All right, BC, take us out. We can talk about
this. Can we be back on Duffy being a Brewer fan and can't make it past?
I know. Before we go, Duffy, that L. You want to talk about it?
No.
Sure.
I told you what was going to happen.
Okay. That's all we got. We'll be back next week with the Flat Kid.
With P.I.
Alex Riley, thank you for a great show.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Bobby, we didn't.